Hi, everybody. We are Cindy Lewis Caballero and Sandy Orlando, your two co-race directors for the upcoming Nutrience Oakville 21.1 half marathon, 10K and 5K. So if you're racing it, you know, or should know, it's coming up this Sunday, September the 29th. And what we wanted to do tonight is make sure that we go through your athlete guide, which you were all emailed, and we hope that you've already read cover to cover. But we wanted to take a walk through that with you just to make sure that we have a chance to verbally go through the really important things that you need to know for race week. And specifically race weekend. So Saturday is your race expo, Sunday is your race day. So we'll take you through that athlete guide right now, but it's going to be available to you on the race roster page and the website all the way through to race day if you need to go back and reference something. So any questions that you have, the answer should be there. Okay. So we're really excited about the weekend, and we're really happy that you guys are coming out, and we're really excited to take you through our very first Nutrients Oakville 21.1 this weekend.
And the weather looks great, so yay.
Yeah, it's looking perfect for running. We got lucky with Georgina this year, and we're going to get lucky again with the Oakville race. That's one thing that we can't decide for ourselves. It's the one unknown.
We put our order in, but it doesn't always work out.
Yeah, exactly. So Sandy, do you want to take people through?
Yeah, sure.
The race?
First and foremost, we should make sure that we thank all of our sponsors. Nutrients has been a fantastic presenting sponsor for us, and we still have on board with us Gatorade, we have Costco, we have CLPT performance training, Apple self-storage, Paula Banks did all of our great t-shirts and metal designs again. We have Aspire Bakeries, who are providing all the bagels for us at the finish. We've got KT Tape, Modern Landscaping, Loeffler & Co., Floki, Leaps and Bounds, Performance Rehabilitation, Global Citizen, Mars Quest, Flow Dental Care, NMT Tire Auto Service, and Radix Gym. I think I got all of them.
Yeah, and some news just in, Leaps and Bounds Performance Rehab is actually going to be setting up at the finish line. So if you do have any sore muscles or tight muscles or muscle strains and cramps, they'll be there with their physiotherapists at the finish line to help you out.
I think I might be first in line.
We'll be there. We'll be in there while you guys are running.
Yeah. And also we should mention that we have 3 charities associated with the race this year. The Oakville Hospital Foundation, we're doing fundraising for that charity, and that's towards their cardiac unit. There's a piece of equipment that they're looking to fundraise or raise funds for. Also, the Oakville Fair Share Food Bank, which is really important for that, for the whole area out there. And I think everyone knows how critical it is right now with food insecurity. So they'll be taking donations actually at the expo at race day. Not sure.
No, at the expo, they'll be taking both food item donations and financial donations.
Yeah. So please clear out your cupboards and make sure that you help out with that. And then there's a big group of runners who are supporting Lymphoma Canada, doing some fundraising. So if you haven't had an opportunity to contribute to any of these, you can go back onto Race Roster and make a donation, or even just go to the page's link and make a donation. That's a good thing to do.
And our fundraising goal when we set out and we opened registration for this event was $15,000. And you guys are crushing it. So far we've raised $22,344.99. So
nice.
We still have a week to go, and that's awesome. That makes a difference to these charities local to Oakville.
Yeah, it does. Let's talk about race kit pickup. I'll talk about the Tuesday one, which is in Toronto. I'll be at that one. So Tuesday, September 24th, it will be at Culture Athletics, which is at 972 Queen Street East. That's accessible by streetcar. If you're in the area, you know where it is. They've got a great running group that runs out of there. You may be familiar. So 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock p.m. At Culture Athletics. They also have some deals going on in the store, so come and have a chance to visit them. And then the other one, Saturday, September 28th, that's our expo. And that's going to be at Holiday Inn and Suites Oakville in Bronte at 2525 Wycroft Road. And so, Cindy, maybe you can tell them what they need to do in order to pick up a race kit.
Yeah, so it's important to know that you cannot pick up your race kit on race day. and everyone needs a race kit. So some people have emailed me and they've said, oh, do I need a race kit? What's in my race kit? Your race kit is your number with a chip that you must have on in order to participate in the race, along with your event t-shirt, your swag bag. But everyone has to pick up their race kit or have somebody else pick it up for them. And you cannot do that on race day unless you've purchased a VIP pickup pass when you registered. If you cannot get your race kit on Tuesday or Saturday at the expo, you can still purchase a VIP ticket to pick it up on race day. You can go to the race roster page. Near the top right, you'll see a link that says store. Click on that and you can do it that way. But honestly, if you can any way possible figure out how to pick it up either Tuesday in Toronto or Saturday at the expo, do that, because then you don't have to worry about it on race morning. Just get it done, show up, warm up, put your stuff in bag check, get on the starting line and do your race.
Yeah. And also waivers.
Yeah. So everybody who registered themselves on race roster for this event will have done a waiver. Anyone who was registered by someone else, just make sure you check in your race roster account and make sure that you have completed your waiver for the event. You have to have completed that waiver in order for us to give you your race kit. So log into your race roster account. You'll see event registrations, click on that and click on the Nutrience Oakville 21.1. And right there on that page, if you're using a computer, it should show you a link to your waivers. So make sure that you've done that because, again, you can't pick up your race kit without having done so.
Go ahead.
Nope. I was going to say the other thing about the expo and why it would be awesome for you to come is that all of our sponsors are going to be there, or most of our sponsors are going to be there. They're going to have a booth set up. They're going to have promotions, giveaways, awesome people to talk to and hang out with. So make sure that you come if you can and take a walk through that expo. It's going to be an exciting day.
Lots of inspiration happening that day for sure.
Yep. And exactly. It's inspiring to be there with all of the other people that are taking part in the event. Lots of people from your community, probably some or lots of people that you know. It just builds up excitement and motivation for Sunday.
For sure. And just so that everyone knows too, there'll be no last minute race signups on race day. So if you're planning to register, get it done before then. When does registration close? Is it Friday night?
It's going to close. You can register on Saturday, but you have to register online, not in person. But you can stand at the expo, register on your phone, and then get in line and pick up your race bib. So registration will close when the expo closes on Saturday at 5.
Okay. And it starts at 11 till 5 are the hours there. I may not have said that. All right. So we'll have some stuff there as well. Some souvenirs.
Yeah. We'll have some hoodies, a couple of different types. We'll have some sweatpants. Ooh. We'll have some hats. And we'll have some great Oakville 21.1 merchandise that you can take a look at and purchase if you would like to.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about getting there.
Yeah, exactly.
So the most important thing for everyone to know is there will be no parking at Shell Park because you can't get in or out. You'll be parking over the start and finish line. Also, there are road closures along Lakeshore Road and at both ends. So accessing the park along Lakeshore Road is not going to happen. Therefore, you need to get on a shuttle bus, which we're providing free of charge for you and your spectators. And you'll be picking that up at the Bronte GO station. We have designated parking area there. And we have a series of Oakville Transit buses that are going to be doing rotation, picking people up, bringing you down to Great Lakes Boulevard, which is on the west side of the park. And then you'll be walking into the park from that area. Those buses will continue going throughout the day, and the last one will leave at noon to bring you back to the parking lot up at Bronte GO station.
And there's lots of buses that'll be running, so you won't have to wait in line. You don't have to worry about that for too long. It'll be a smooth morning. Just don't show up in your car.
Yeah. And if you need to get your Tim Hortons, there's a Tim Hortons that's just north of the 403. Is it 403? Yeah. at Third Line and another one south. So there's a couple of options. There are no options in the park. Unfortunately, we aren't able to get coffee or food or anything like that happening in the park this time. So if you need your coffee fix, we already let Tim Hortons know that a lot of people are going to be coming in early on Sunday morning. So hopefully they're ready for you as well.
One thing that people have also been asking about by email is there a bag check? And yes, there is a bag check. We know that because of the fact that you're taking a shuttle in and it's late September, it might be chilly in the morning. Most of you will have a bag to check, and that's totally fine. Just make sure that there's no valuables in there. We'll have some volunteers at the bag check tent, but we can't guarantee that, we just can't be responsible for the stuff that's left there 100%. So just don't put your wallet in there. Make sure that anything that's of value is on you or back in your car.
The other thing about the athlete entrance, because the front part of the park is closed off and the start finish chute is there, the buses will be dropping off at Great Lakes Boulevard, but you're actually going to be walking around the back of the park, past the dog park, into it. So it's over grass, and we'll have some lights, we'll have signs, we'll have a way to help you find your way there because it will be dark when you come in. And that's the same way that you'll go out again. So when you first arrive at the park, you'll walk through, and the first thing you'll see is the VIP kit pickup and information tent, and then some signs that will push you towards the bag check and towards the portalettes and the starting chute.
Okay. Race day schedule. As Sandy said, the shuttles will start at 5:30 at the Go Station lot. If you do have a VIP ticket for race day pickup, that's going to open around 6 o'clock. So you can show up and pick that up early. There's not going to be hundreds of people picking up on race morning, but there's still quite a few. So don't think that you're going to show up and not have to wait in line. If you're picking up on a race day, do leave yourself some time to be in line and wait for the volunteers to get your stuff for you. The announcer will get on at 6:30. We'll start calling the half marathon people to the starting line about 10 minutes before start time. The start time for the half marathon is 7:30. We've shifted the 10 and 5K starts a little bit because the half marathon is big. It's a big race, and we want to make sure that we have time to start everyone comfortably in a couple of different waves. So the half will start at 7:30, the 10K will start at 7:50, and the 5K will start at 8 a.m. on Sunday. The cutoff time for all events is 3.5 hours after the start of the half marathon. So that means 11 a.m. will be the cutoff for all of the events on Sunday. The last shuttle bus, as Sandy said, will leave the park around noon. So you'll have lots of time to finish the race, hang out, chill out, visit some of the sponsors, visit with your friends, cheer everybody else on, do some stretching, go see leaps and bounds, whatever it is you want to do. And then catch a bus before 12. I just want to add something that I'm just thinking of as I talk here. Leaps and Bounds is also doing a shakeout run that anyone is welcome to attend. I'm going to send something out by email, but they're doing that on Friday. So watch for your email about that if you'd like to do a shakeout run with them on Friday before the event.
And that's in Burlington or Oakville?
In Oakville.
In Oakville. Okay. Right. You'll see in the athlete guide that there's a map of the party site zone, and it shows you basically how things are laid out. It lists the various vendors, sponsors who are planning to be there, and also where the awards are going to be held. So that's kind of the party area after you finish and you're doing your recovery. Clubs who have a club tent and they want to have a space to put their tent up and just have a gathering place for all of your runners. We can certainly make some space for you there. Maybe reach out and let us know that you're planning to do so. And you'll need to get that tent in there again before 6 o'clock in the morning. So that, but I think it's a good idea to let us know that you're planning to do that, unless you're planning to carry a tent on the bus and carry it in through the back of the park.
Mm-hmm. So out on the course now. So hopefully you guys know the route already. It's starting at Shell Park. It's running around Lakeshore, and then the neighborhood south of Lakeshore. You're going to have an aid station or a fluid hydration station every 2.5 to 3K along the course, every 2 to 3K really. So there's going to be Gatorade and there's going to be water at each of those aid stations. There's not going to be any gels or bananas or food of any sort. So make sure that you plan to bring your own. And on that note, make sure that after you're done eating your gel, you throw it in the garbage. Don't throw it on the road. We want the people of Oakville to welcome us back in the future. But bring your own gel or food or whatever it is you want to eat. But know that every 2 to 3 kilometers, there is going to be an aid station with Gatorade and water that you're welcome to have. You cannot go out with your dog or your stroller. So we're both moms, Sandy and I. We both did tons of running. We did some races with our strollers, but we can't have strollers on this course. So please do not show up planning to run with a stroller, and don't show up with your rollerblades. Believe it or not, people ask that. You cannot run with your dog, your stroller, or your rollerblades.
Only your feet.
Only your feet.
The
Want
other
to crawl the last 100 meters? Feel free, but you cannot.
The other thing that is at each of the aid stations, 2 things actually. There'll be a portalette at each of them and an AED in case we've got the course very well covered with medical support and aid that way. But there will be an AED, which is what is it? Automatic electronic defibrillator, something like that.
External defibrillator.
External defibrillator, but anybody can use it. So it's one of those things where it's it doesn't have to be used by medical personnel. If something's going on, anybody can take that thing and get instructions on how to help someone out. So that's something that's really important for us to have there and for you to know.
Yep. Do you want to talk about the finish shoot while I look up my Pace Bunny list and let people know what Pace Bunny times are there?
Sure. Let me just finish up medical support on the course. So Odyssey Medical is providing medical support there. We'll have a tent at the finish area. They will have bikes and a gator on the course. So if there are people who need some help and support out there, there'll be lots of people, lots of eyes on you. And if you're feeling like you're not doing well, please say something to someone so that we can get you some help. If you feel like you just can't finish that race, or if you've got something going on, you can flag someone down and they can bring you back to the party site. You're not going to be left out there crawling or limping your way in if that's what's happening. So you want to make sure that you're dressing for the weather appropriately. If it's going to be a hot day, make sure that you're prepared for that. Hydrate, lots of fluids. Make sure you bring something to change into for afterwards, because it's very, very easy to chill out afterwards and get a cold. And you're putting a lot of exertion out there, so you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself that way. When you get to the finish line, you're going to be coming into Shell Park. You're going to be crossing the finish line, and following that, you'll get your medal, you'll get your bottle of water, you'll get a bagel, you get a banana, a bottle of Gatorade, and then come around into the party area. We believe we'll have Raleigh beer there, giving out the non-alcoholic dry run beer to people who are of age, and then people in the party site. So come and enjoy and relax and pick up your kit or your bag check and hang around and cheer for all the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Awards.
So Pace Bunnies.
Oh, Pace Bunnies, yeah.
Pace Bunnies we don't have in the athlete guide, and lots of people have questions about that. Lots of people want to know if someone's going to be there helping them run their time. We do have a fair number of Pace Bunnies for the half marathon. We do not have Pace Bunnies for the 10 and 5K, but I'm going to just list the times that we have for the half in case you're looking for someone to run with. So we have a 130 pacer, 135, 140, 145, 150, 155, 2 hours, 205, 210, 215, 220, and 230. So lots of Pace Bunnies out there that can help you pace your day if you're looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to all of those Pace Bunnies. I find that amazing that someone can pace a 130 and just do that like it was just a normal run on a normal day while talking to everyone and motivating them and holding a sign.
Running with the sign. That's the most amazing part.
Yeah.
Okay, so timing is provided by Enfield Timing. The chip is actually on your bib, and a lot of people are surprised that it's a little styrofoam strip. That's because that's protecting it from getting wet. That's sort of in the next step of chip timing on the bibs. So don't destroy that. Don't try to take it off. Don't fold it. Don't cut it. If you're going to wear a jacket and you want to take it off, and you're going to tie it around your waist, be careful not to obstruct that bib for two reasons. It may interfere with the signal when you're getting your timing. The other reason is the course photographers won't be able to see your number, and you want to be able to search for your photograph by number afterwards. So make sure that's visible. It's on the front of you, and don't mess with it. um, There'll be splits out there on the course. I think we've got them at the 5 and 10K and the turnaround. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then we'll be doing awards afterwards. So there'll be overall for each of the distances, male and female, first, second, and third, and then age group in 10-year increments.
And sorry, the splits will actually be at 2.5K, 5K, 10K, 15K, and 17.5K or 18K, whatever that 2.5 from the finish is.
Yeah, lots of splits. There you go.
Anyone who wants to track you, they'll be able to see where you're at those splits, and they can track you on enfieldtiming.com. Just click on the Oakville 21.1 link, and they'll be able to track your splits that way.
There you go.
All right. Anything else we need to add, Sandy, that we forgot that's important to share?
Well, you still have an opportunity to order your Celeplate ribbon clip. It's there's a QR code in the guide, and it's a great way to sort of celebrate what you've done and accomplished. So what happens is you purchase that, and then that's sent out to you by mail, and it has your official time and your name on it. So that's kind of a nice touch to have. And photographer, we mentioned that Mike Cheliak will be on the course with his photographers taking your pictures, so smile for him. Mm-hmm. Family and friends are welcome to come along and cheer for you. They can take the bus out there. They can cheer for you and be inspired by your work. Mm-hmm. And I guess the only other thing is next year, unless you've got something else to
add. Just talking about Celeplate made me think of a number of people purchased Mars Quest sunglasses when they registered. And you'll pick those up at either the expo, at the Endurance Event Productions table or the merchandise table, or you can pick them up. If you're not coming to the expo, you can pick them up on race day after the race. We'll have the merchandise table set up again there.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
And that's it. We look forward to seeing you guys all on Sunday.
Yeah. And 2025, we've got dates for Georgina, Spring Fling, Georgina Marathon, Nutrients, where we have to wait until after this race to get our dates nailed down. But we'll be looking forward to this year, kicking it off as our inaugural year and welcoming people back again.
Yep. If you have any questions between now and race day, like I said, most of them are in the athlete guide. Please read it first. But if you have a question that somehow we forgot to put the answer to in there, you can reach out to us at oakville21.1@gmail.com. But otherwise, we are really excited to see you all on Saturday and on Sunday race day. And it's going to be an exciting weekend.
Mm-hmm.